Welcome to Women's Rugby Rundown 228 for December 8th to January 4th. We're back. After taking off a few weeks for the holidays, we have a massive catch-up episode for you. This week, we recap a historic sweep for Thailand at the SEA Games and the high-stakes qualifications for Sevens 3 in Dubai. We also cover major coaching shifts as the Black Ferns and Scotland name new leadership, while Asia Rugby faces a provisional suspension from the World Rugby Council following an investigation into governance and financial failures. And domestic news, Stirling County were crowned champions in Scotland, and we look ahead to a massive 2026 global calendar. I'm Wendy, here to bring you the latest in women's rugby news. This is your Women's Rugby Rundown, and we're about to kick off. We'll start with International 15s news. World Rugby has provisionally suspended Asia Rugby from its council following a report on financial and governance failures. The organization faces a payment freeze and significant debt, leaving many 2026 tournaments in limbo. While some leadership has been reinstated, a mandatory reform roadmap is required to stabilize the region's administration. In response to the administrative uncertainty, several unions are debuting the inaugural Southeast Asia Rugby Football Women's Championship in Malaysia this February. This new milestone tournament features Singapore, Malaysia, the Philippines, and Indonesia. It provides a vital development pathway while the official Asia Rugby Championship remains on hold due to ongoing financial issues. Scottish Rugby has named former USA boss Siona Fuka as the new head coach of the Scotland women's team. The Australian arrives with a decade of international experience and will relocate to Edinburgh this month. His first major test will be an away clash against Wales to open the 2026 Six Nations on April 11th. Whitney Hansen has been appointed as the new Black Ferns head coach through the end of 2027. Hansen is a former assistant for the 2021 World Cup win and becomes the second woman to ever lead the program. She will manage an 11-test schedule this year before preparing for the historic British and Irish Lions series in 2027. The Wolfhounds have reclaimed the top spot in the Celtic Challenge after round 2 as the league's only undefeated side. Following a physical bonus point win over the Clovers, the defending champions sit 3 points clear at the top of the table. The Warriors and Gwalia remain in hot pursuit as the race for the playoffs intensifies. The Fijiana will launch their 2026 campaign against Australia in Canberra this March for the Vavale Bowl. Beyond this opening test, Fiji is finalizing home matches against South Africa and Japan. The team is also preparing for a trip to the WXV tournament in September to face off against Spain, Hong Kong, and the Netherlands. Now let's hop over to Sevens news. Thailand dominated the 33rd SEA Games recently by securing their 5th consecutive Women's Rugby Sevens title. The hosts were untouchable, completing the entire tournament without conceding a single point and finishing with a clinical 37-0 victory over Malaysia in the final. This was Malaysia's first ever silver medal. Despite pre-tournament setbacks, including a flu outbreak that affected 5 players, the squad defeated Singapore, the Philippines, and Indonesia to reach the final and secure their highest regional ranking to date. The sole tournament for the HSBC Sevens 3 teams will take place in Dubai on January 17th and 18th. This high-stake event is the only pathway for 8 nations to earn promotion into the Sevens 2 circuit. If we want to speculate about favorites, South Africa and Poland have to be at the top. Argentina and Thailand will be there as well. They're all looking to avoid relegation back to regional competitions. Fiji is preparing to host a record-breaking field at the 2026 McDonald Coral Coast Sevens starting January 15th. 10 elite teams, including the Fijiana and New Zealand, will compete. The tournament features an expanded international presence with 2 national sides from China also joining the mix. Now let's look at domestic and club news. Stirling County secured the Arnold Clark Premiership title with a dominant 39-12 win over Watsonian. Guy Phimister was named the player of the match after scoring 4 tries in testing weather conditions. The victory capped off a flawless season for Stirling as they claimed the trophy on home turf. In the PWR, Saracens entered the Christmas break at the top of the table after a win over Sale. Gloucester Hartpury kept the pressure on by securing their 18th consecutive league win over Leicester. Elsewhere, Harlequins defeated Bristol, while Loughborough and Trailfinders played to a dramatic draw. The All-Japan Women's Rugby Championship is reaching its peak as regional qualifying tournaments conclude in the next few weeks. The bracket will be finalized following the Kanto Tournament Championship, where powerhouses Yokogawa and Tokyo Phoenix are fighting for the final 2 spots. These Kanto qualifiers will advance to the national semifinals on January 17th to face the Kansai top seeds, the Pearls and the Amateurus, in a unique doubleheader format alongside Japan Rugby League 1 matches. New Zealand Rugby has finalized their significant restructure for the Farrah Palmer Cup, featuring 2 6-team pools. The change is based on new sustainability standards and moves Hawke's Bay and Otago into the championship division. While the Otago Spirit were denied promotion after their 2025 win, standard promotion and relegation will return next year. Looking ahead, the new global calendar creates a massive year of growth for the sport. Many domestic competitions continue. USA Club continues through May. The Welsh Premiership will continue as well. The 7 Series, several stops coming up for that one. South Africa Premier, we're expecting some news on that. It'll be a new format. Celtic Challenge will have a March championship. Hong Kong Premiership, March championship. Women's Six Nations begins April 11th. In Nigeria, All Ireland, April Championship, the Iberdrola League in Spain, an April Championship, Series A Elite, a May Championship. Women's Elite Rugby kicks off their second season in May. Elite 1 in France, and the PWR has a June Championship. The Dr. Farrah Palmer Cup begins August 22nd, and in the mix of all that, we'll have the Pacific 4 Series. We're waiting on dates for that, the WXV, and several international matches that we're expecting more details on soon. It's going to be a massive year, and we hope you're tuning in. That does it for us. There's always more news on our site at yscrugby.com, and listen to our podcasts anywhere that you can listen to podcasts.